YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the video. Welcome back. Welcome. Stupid. YouTube, what is going on? Welcome to the video. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing super well. In this video, I'm going to cover the most common calorie deficit questions I get on a daily basis, which if you know how much I say calorie deficit, you probably can imagine how many questions I get on calorie deficit each day. So I want to try to cover the most common questions I get regarding what calorie deficit is and all these things are here. We're going to cover all these things. But first and foremost, I want you to just very briefly explain what a calorie deficit is. A calorie deficit is just an energy balance equation. Now, when it comes to energy, this is calories, because our body, the human body, uses calories for energy. And when it comes down to either losing weight, gaining weight, or maintaining your weight, it comes down to an energy balance equation. If you want to lose weight, you have to intake less energy, calories, than what your body burns. If you want to maintain your weight, you have to take in roughly the same amount of calories your body burns. If you want to gain weight, you have to intake more calories than what your body burns. It all comes back to this energy balance equation. This is how your body loses weight, gains weight, or maintains weight. Out of all the stuff out there you see, this is what it comes down to at the end of the day. So a calorie deficit is just you're intaking less calories than what your body burns. Now, one question I didn't put on here that I want to cover right now is, how do you know how many calories your body burns? Well, listen, you don't, because it's almost impossible to know exactly how many calories your body burns. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you how many calories to eat, and we're going to talk about why you should eat those calories there later in the video. So that is what a calorie deficit is. It's not a diet. It's not, oh, I'm doing intermittent fasting and I'm doing keto and I'm doing the Weight Watchers. It's not a diet. So you can't say like, oh, I'm doing a calorie deficit and not losing weight, or I'm trying a calorie deficit diet. Like, no, it's just you're intaking less calories than what your body burns. That's what a calorie deficit is. All right. So very quickly on that. Now, diving into the questions. Number one of the most common questions I get is, can you eat whatever you want and still lose weight? Because Eric, you're telling me it comes down to energy balance equation. So as long as I intake less calories than what I'm eating, I'm going to lose weight. So that means I can just eat Pop-Tarts and cookies and donuts and still lose weight. Technically, yes. If you ate Pop-Tarts and pizza and donuts and whatever, you would lose body fat. But here's the thing. You and I both know that is not very smart for a variety of reasons, not just losing weight, but also your health, this thing called your health. You want to have healthy blood markers, you want to have healthy cholesterol, blood pressure, all those kind of things. Also, if you are eating 1,800 calories from donuts, cookies, chips, a few things. Number one, you're probably not going to get that much food, right? It's like a donut is probably, 900 calories in and of itself. Cookies, you could probably have 2 or 3 cookies, depending on the size of the cookies. You have 2 or 3 cookies and have 600-700 calories. So you're already with a donut and 2 cookies. You're already at your calorie limit. What the hell are you going to do the rest of the day? This is why having more calorie-dense foods, like cookies, like donuts, like those kind of things, they're okay, and there's no good and bad foods. But you want to look for less calorie-dense foods and more high-volume filling foods. So things like, for example, this is why salads are such a staple in any diet. It's because it's a lot of food for not that many calories. So you can fill your stomach up for not that many calories, right? Also, if you're having nothing but cookies and pizza and donuts and those kind of things, you're going to be very hungry because those foods are not satiating. They're not satiating at all, which means they don't fill you up. You're going to be very lethargic. You're not going to have very good workouts. You're going to be very hungry. Like, all these negative things are going to happen from you trying to do that, in which it is going to make it that much more difficult to stick to your calorie deficit, which means it is going to be that much more difficult in order for you to lose body fat. So you're putting yourself behind the 8 ball a bit if this is the way you're going about thinking about it. What I tell my clients is use the 80-20 rule. And I'll put a video up here of what the 80-20 rule is and how I'll go more in depth in that video. But basically, Have 80% of your foods come from nutrient-dense whole foods. Things like oatmeal, things like salads, things like spinach, things like broccoli, things like chicken, things like eggs, things like sweet potatoes, things like rice, those kind of foods. One ingredient foods. Have 20% of your food intake come from things you enjoy. These can be your cookies or your chips or your snacks or whatever it may be. 80% nutrient-dense whole foods, 20% coming from treats you enjoy. And on top of that fact, protein. Protein is massively important. I've done multiple videos on protein. Feel free to look on my channel about the videos on protein. Actually, the one before this should probably be top 5 ways to eat more protein. And I tell you how much protein you should be eating. So feel free to go into my channel and check it out. But protein, massively important as well. Because again, if you're eating 45 grams of protein a day, very hungry, not very satiated, gonna have a lot of cravings. Like, it's gonna be harder for you to stick to your calorie deficit. So technically, yes, you could, but listen, me and you both know that that's probably not the smartest thing. So that's number one. Number two, how long will it take to see results? Well, it depends, as always. But I will say this. First and foremost, it has to be, you have to try it for at least 28 days. Like, I'm not playing this game with you where, you go 4 days and you're like, oh my God, I haven't lost weight. It isn't working. Oh my God. And you like freak the fuck out. I'm not playing that game with you. It has to be at least 28 days, at least 4 weeks, at least 1 month. You can't do anything until it's been a month. And you're probably listening like, what, this guy's an idiot. This guy's crazy. What is he talking about? Like, I need to make sure I'm losing weight in the first few days. No. That is why you're not fucking losing weight right now. It's because you are looking for the quick fix. You got to stop that shit. You have to get out of that mindset, and you have to get into the mindset of sustainable, slow and steady, changing habits forever. So at least 28 days before you do anything. At least 28 days. That's number one. Number two, we have to define what results are, because results are not just losing weight on the scale. And I've had multiple of my online coaching clients come to me, and in the first month, they really didn't lose that much weight. But their measurements went down, their progress pictures look different, they've done a tremendous job of sticking with it. I have a few clients that come to the top of my head. One of them, her name is Maricela, and I can put a picture of Maricela here. For the first month, she really didn't lose any weight. But as you can see from her progress pictures, and this is not, this progress picture right here is, I believe, 4 months apart. But point being, I can show you her log of like, when she first started, she didn't lose that much weight, but her inches were going down, she was looking different, she was feeling better, and she was seeing progress. So results are not just the weight on the scale, and you have to be taking other forms of data. Weigh yourself every day, and again, I have a video on my channel of why you should weigh yourself every single day. Measurements every 2 weeks, and progress pictures every 4 weeks. Let's just say in a month you're quote unquote only down 2 pounds, which by the way would be amazing progress, but you're down in inches and your progress pictures look different. You're seeing progress, you're doing everything right, you need to keep going. So at least 28 days is what you need to give it, and you also need to make sure you're tracking those other forms of data, not just the weight on the scale. And if you leave this video, I swear to God, if you leave this video and you still don't take your measurements or progress pictures, I have no sympathy for you, I have no empathy for you for when you get upset that you're not losing weight, because you're not taking measurements and you're not taking progress pictures. So I have no empathy for you. Please go do those 2 fucking things, all right? Third question, what to do when you're not losing weight? This kind of segues into this. First and foremost, if it hasn't been at least 28 days, you're not in a plateau and nothing's wrong. You're just not being patient enough. It hasn't been long enough. Number two, like I just said, if you're not losing weight, but your measurements are going down and your progress pictures are looking different, nothing is wrong. You are doing everything right, and you need to keep going. So many people come to me and ask me, Eric, my clothes are fitting differently, but I'm not losing weight. What should I do? Well, it sounds like to me that some positive changes are happening, right? Well, yeah, like my clothes fit better. I have so much more energy. I feel great, but the scale isn't going down. I'm like, so you think you're doing something wrong, even though you're feeling great, even though your clothes are fitting differently, even though you're losing inches, even though you're having great workouts, you think you're doing something wrong? Well, yeah, clearly the scale's not going down. No, that's just not the case. Once again, if your measurements are going down and your progress picture looking different, clothes fitting differently, you're getting stronger in your workouts, if anything is happening that is positive, which I'm sure it is, people just fucking get so obsessed with the scale, then you are seeing progress. You don't need to worry. If your measurements continue to go down, if you continue to see change in your body, you are going to continue to see progress and you are doing everything right. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to change anything. You don't need to just, you don't need to freak out and start to switch up everything in your diet. Calm down. You're doing everything right and you need to keep going. Now, let's just say it's been 28 days and you have not lost weight, you haven't lost measurements, you haven't lost inches, anything. I'd say two things. Number one, I would track your consistency. So if you haven't been at least 85% consistent in those 28 days, which I believe 85% consistency would be around 24, 25 days. So if you haven't been if you have not hit your calories, with the calorie mark we're gonna give you here, if you haven't hit your calories at least 24 out of 25 days, then nothing is wrong. You just gotta be more consistent. Because if you're anything less than 85% consistent, you ain't gonna see progress. So that's number one. Number two, I would ask you if you know how to actually track calories accurately, which is probably, in my experience of coaching people, talking to people, the biggest reason why people don't see progress with, people tell me, I'm in a calorie deficit but not losing weight. No, you're just not tracking your calories accurately, which might not be your fault because you might not know how to track calories. In which case, I'm gonna put a video here above on, it's literally step-by-step how to count calories. It's on my channel, it's totally free. It's the same video I send to my online coaching clients. So go check it out, but you're probably not counting calories accurately if you think you've been if you know you've been at least 85% consistent and you think you're in a calorie deficit and not losing weight, you're not counting calories accurately. So please go watch that video. But let's just say you're the 0.01% who is counting calories accurately and who is being at least 85% consistent, which 99.9% of you are not that, so you don't have to worry about this. But if that's the case, you would either, number one, decrease calories, or number two, just simply increase cardio. Decrease calories by anywhere from 50 to 150 per day. Increase cardio anywhere from 2 to 3 times per week, 15 to 30 minutes per day. But again, in my 5 years of coaching, not that many people have had to do that. They just aren't being consistent enough and they're not tracking calories accurately. So that's what I'd say. Now, number 4, how many calories should you eat? Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna go very in depth because I did an entire video on my YouTube channel. I have an entirely free video on how to calculate your calories. I go very in depth. I'll put that here above. Go watch that video. But in the short and sweet of it, take your goal body weight times anywhere in pounds, so goal body weight in pounds, times anywhere between 10 and 12. And I don't want you to ask me in this video, should I do 10 or should I do 12? Go watch that video I just talked about with my calorie calculator. I talk about it in there. Take your goal body weight between 10 and 12. That's how many calories you should eat in order to lose body fat. Now, your second thing might be saying, oh my God, Eric, that's so many calories. I can't eat that many calories. Again, 2 things here. Number 1, if you are somebody who's saying that's too many calories, I won't lose weight eating those calories, first and foremost, why am I taking the time out of my day to make this video for you that's totally free, informative, giving you all my best information for free? Why would I lie to you? Number 2, again, you're probably not counting calories accurately. I can't overemphasize this enough. I would venture to say upwards of 90% of people are not tracking calories accurately. You're just not. It might not be your fault because you might have never learned how to. But again, go watch that video on my channel. That can help you make sure you are tracking calories accurately. And then from there, you will start to understand, oh shit, I wasn't actually eating 1,200 calories like I thought I was eating. I was actually eating 1,900 calories. See that all the time. So that's number 1. But number 2, if you're sitting there saying there's so many calories, not gonna lose weight, this is why you're not losing weight. Do you understand that? And this is because you are looking for the quick fix. You're looking to lose weight as quickly as possible. You're looking to decrease calories as quickly as possible. That leads into the next point. You just think, the question is, well, if I just eat less calories, Eric, your equation gave me 1,800 calories. If I just eat 1,200, I'll lose weight quicker, right? In theory, I understand why you think that. You think, well, if I'm gonna lose weight eating 1,800, I'm gonna lose more weight eating 1,200. And in theory, that would make sense because the less calories you eat, the more weight you lose, the faster it comes off, so on and so forth. The issue is, in practicality, out here in the real world where, like, for example, I'm a coach who coaches real people in the real world, that doesn't play out. for a few reasons. Number one, this is not a game of how little calories can I eat and still lose weight. This is a game of how many calories can I eat and still lose weight. That's what this game is about. Not how little, how much. Number two, yeah, in theory, if you'd eat 1,000 calories every day, you'd probably lose weight faster. But in practicality, what's going to happen is probably what's happening right now for you. You're eating 1,200 calories Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you're eating 3,500 calories. So at the end of the week, you're not actually in a calorie deficit because you've over-restricted, and then you've binged. And then you try to do it again for whatever reason. You eat 1,200 calories, 3,000 calories, and just do this back and forth and back and forth. And this is where the yo-yo dieting originates from, is because you are over-restricting, trying to lose weight very quickly, trying to lose 2, 3, 5 pounds per week, trying to do it so fast, and you can't sustain that. It's not sustainable, like I talked about earlier. It's not sustainable, so you go back to doing what you were doing, and you try it again, and you go back to doing what you're doing, and you need to just slow down. Stop trying to lose more than 1 pound per week. Stop. Just stop. You need to understand this is a slow and steady game, and sustainability is king. Sustainability and consistency. That's what's going to breed results. Not this bullshit where you're eating 1,000 calories for 5 days or a month or even 2 months if you get that fucking lucky. It's not going to work. It ain't going to happen. So get your mind away from that. Start focusing on what can I do sustainably. That's great, Carol. You can eat 1,200 calories Monday through Thursday. But when Friday, Saturday, Sunday rolls around, what are your chances of eating 1,200 calories when you're going out to eat with your friends, when you're going out to eat with your spouse, when you're cooking for your family? What are the odds then, Carol? Probably not very high. So if you can't stick to it, you're not going to see progress. So slow down, take a more sustainable route to things, and I promise you, you will see better results. Last question here. When you overeat, and I say when because, listen, you're never going to be perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Your favorite Instagram influencer is not perfect. When you overeat on calories, God forbid, what do? What should you do to make up for it? Absolutely fucking nothing. You don't have to do anything to make up for you going off your diet one day or you eating 2,000 calories instead of 1,800 calories, God forbid. Number one, like I said, the biggest thing here is consistency, not perfection. And not even because like perfection doesn't exist, but like you don't have to be perfect in order to see results. You just don't. You have to be consistent. So shoot for 85% consistency. If there's 31 days in a month, shoot for hitting your calories 26-ish days. If you do that, I promise you, with all my heart, you're going to see progress. Number two, in the same way, if you're perfect for one day, your body's not going to change that much. If that's all it took, I mean, fuck, we'd all be just walking around ripped and skinny and everything. It's not how it works. So in the same way, if you eat perfect for one day, doesn't make all your progress. If you eat bad or go over your calories or do whatever for one day, it doesn't ruin all your progress. Nothing changes in one day. So you need to stop, number one, trying to make up for it because you didn't do anything wrong. But more so, number two, stop using that as an excuse to quit altogether. Because what happens is on Friday, you go over calories, you go out to eat, you have some chips and guac and some drinks, whatever it is, and you think, well, I fucked up, I might as well keep going, and you just keep going that night, you keep going on Saturday, you keep going on Sunday, and you get back on track Monday. Stop. You didn't do anything wrong. You don't have to make up for anything. You didn't fuck up your progress. What's fucking up your progress is you thinking you did something wrong, so then you continue to be off track, so you're not consistent like we talked about, and that's why. You're using that as an excuse to justify you continuously being off track. Just get right back on track the next day. You don't have to do anything different. You didn't fuck anything up. It's totally fine. Nobody's perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Just get right back on track to what you were doing before. All right, so that is the most common calorie deficit questions. Any other questions, please feel free to drop below. Or, like I said, I have quite a bit of videos here on YouTube, so go check out those videos here on YouTube. Just click my little person, whatever it is, click that. It'll probably take you to my channel, all the videos there. I think there's a lot of information on this channel, so I think it can help you out. Any more questions, though, please feel free to drop below. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, probably somewhere down here. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching, all right?